Greetings YouTube, and welcome to the very first episode of Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. This is Joe here with Culination Media. Yeah, I did that backwards, but that's okay. Anyway, the new memory card came in today, so we are good to start Pokemon XD, and I am so excited because I love this game. So we're starting a new file, and of course we're going to name ourselves Culination. What else would we do? I mean, come on. Unfortunately, our name doesn't fit, so we're just gonna go with the abbreviated Culination, which is all good. And now we get to watch the opening, which is pretty cool. I think the graphics are actually really good for the GameCube because a lot of the GameCube graphics are just really not that good at all. So I don't think it's that bad. Oh no, helicopters, helicopters, and a giant bird, Shadowlugia, and he's going to be shooting a giant beam out of his crotch area and picking up the ship and taking it with him, and yeah, they go overboard, all that good stuff. I'm totally ruining the moment, but that's okay. Anyway, there is one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. We've been getting great viewership and subscribership, if that's even a word. Probably just made that up, but yeah, guys, comment on the videos. Come on. It's the one thing I have to say that I don't get a big turnout with. I love interacting with you guys. I think it's awesome that you subscribe to me and that you watch my videos, and it's amazing. You know, I love sharing stuff with you guys, but let's get some conversations going. You know, tell me what you think. Tell me that I suck. You know, give me suggestions. All that stuff. Let's get some interaction going. Let's get a Culination community started here. So yeah, tell me what you think. Weigh in. You know, go to our website, comment on our blogs, all that stuff. We love to hear from you. Anyway, this is just a battle simulation that we start off with here, and it's Salamence versus Metagross. You get the Salamence, and all you have to do is use Earthquake twice, and then that's going to be pretty much it. It's just basically an introduction into the game, and if you know Pokemon, Earthquake gets rid of Metagross because Ground type is super effective on Metagross' Steel type, so 2 hits from that will knock him out, and you can't lose. Even if you get a critical hit against you with Sludge Bomb, it's not going to really do anything. Alright, so this is supposed to be the battle coach or something. But anyway, you're this little kid in this game, and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness is actually the sequel to Pokemon Colosseum. And we're not doing Colosseum yet because, well, first of all, I don't have that game on disc right now. But secondly, I just like this game better, and I'm more confident with knowing where everything is in this game. So we're going to stick to this one first. And I probably will break down and go back to Pokemon Colosseum, but not right now. So now we're going to get some background on what this story is about. The first couple of episodes are going to really, really suck. Not going to lie. It's going to be a lot of talking, and basically you're just learning everything about the game. You have to learn about the characters, and they have to set up the backstory, and then you basically have to get the whole Shadow Pokemon Cypher thing set up before you can actually do anything. But the first thing that we have to do is go find our little sister, and her name is Jovi. And she has gone off somewhere and they can't find her, and they're so busy working on their latest research project that apparently has taken 5 years. So yeah, they can't be bothered to go find the children. So we get stuck doing that. And the first thing we actually have to do before we go look for Jovi is find the Pokemon Digital Assistant, or PDA, which is hanging out in our room. And that basically will give us access to emails and other cool information, even though I don't really use that a whole lot. So if you just go left here, you can go through that weird looking door on the wall. And then we can take the elevator down to the ground floor, and that's where our room's going to be. And we can actually pick up a couple of potions, I think, that are in a case back here. If I remember correctly. It may not be potions. It's Culination's room. Yes, and there's a shiny thing on the desk. Ooh, I love shiny things. Shiny, shiny. We're gonna ignore it though and pick up the potions. Yes, I was correct. 3 potions. And now we get the shiny. We found the PDA that Professor Oak. What is his name? Crane? Professor Crane. If you're reading this email, then you must have obtained the PDA. Try out its many features. By the way, Adam was playing hide and seek with Jovi. Why not have a chat with him? I don't know if that's how you pronounce that name. I'm guessing it's not Aiden because there's actually another Aiden that's spelled like with an AI. That's actually someone that works in the lab. So anyway, if you go back up the elevator, Aiden is this guy that's hanging out under the table. Don't know why he's hanging out under the table, but oh, never mind. They were playing hide and go seek. How silly of me. Maybe she's gone off to Dr. Kumiko's manor. And that's where we're going to take our search to find our little sister. Over to a creepy doctor's mansion thingy-majiggy. Jovi's it, and she totally just left him hanging out here. Unless she got kidnapped, in which case, yeah, not as bad. The lounge is noisy, so I'm gonna go see what all the ruckus is about. That's pretty much what he said. I skipped over it though, but that's alright. Figured you guys wouldn't mind. This is all kind of just setup stuff. And I'm gonna not read what they say here, but basically what happened in this situation that they're trying to set up is that the evil company or organization from Pokemon Coliseum, which is called Cypher, has brought back the use of shadow Pokemon, which are Pokemon that have had their hearts artificially closed by some like evil scientists, pretty much. Evil methods. Just stick with that. And they're using them to try to take over the world, and they're, capturing Pokemon from other trainers and whatnot, and just they're up to no good, and they're spreading their evil ways, and we need to stop them. Anyway, if you run around the side of the building over here, you're going to find another chest just kind of hanging out. And we get 2 antidotes. And as you all know, because I'm sure you're all big fans of the Pokemon series, because if you're not, I'm not sure why you're watching this. Not to discourage any newcomers, but anyway, antidotes will cure poisoning. And there actually is a guy that will battle you over here, and I kind of forgot about him. But yeah, you just have to come over and talk to him. I heard about you. Sounds like you've been racking it up at the virtual reality stuff. But let's battle. So basically this is just for money. You don't get a whole lot of experience from this. I believe he just has a Sentret at level 5, I want to say. Sentret. I don't know what level it's at. And you get your Eevee, which I didn't actually really touch on yet. But the starter Pokemon in this game is Eevee, and you get the beloved Eevee at level 10. Mine has a lax nature, and its ability is Runaway, which sucks because it has absolutely no effect, unfortunately, in Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness. I don't know why I felt the need to say that last part, but Runaway has no effect. I don't know why they didn't add one for these games, but they didn't, and it really sucks because there's one specific Pokemon later on in the game, Rapidash. It has a 50% chance of having Runaway. It doesn't evolve. You can't get rid of the ability. So you're screwed if you get stuck with it, and you basically have to soft reset when it comes to that. And we defeated, what's his name? Afford. Very strange names. This game is pretty notorious for some really, really wacky ass names, and it only gets better as the game goes on. Effort is not even close to the worst that's yet to come. You can also go out that side way, by the way, and we're gonna head over to Dr. Kumiko's mansion, or manor. I think it's supposed to be manor, but it's a really freaking creepy place. And there's like constant thunderstorms around here, and there's some weird electrical antennas on this guy's house. And you're actually going to get challenged by a weird looking little assistant dude. Wait, who goes there? And here he comes. He's about like 2'5", maybe 2-6 on a good day. You must be a burglar. Shobin will put you straight. Don't you move. Shobin is the name, and Shobin is the #1 assistant to Dr. Kumiko. Shobin is the only assistant, so Shobin has to be the #1 assistant. Of course, I like your logic there, sir. Although he does kind of look like he's 5. But, yeah, I like his glasses, so I'm going to let it slide. Also, I like the fact that he talks in third person, so it's kind of hard to get mad at him. Anyway, he has a Sun Kern at level 5. Just use Bite and you'll knock it out in 2 hits. If you get lucky, you might get a critical hit and kill it in 1 hit, or get a flinch. But usually the only thing Sun Kern does is absorb. And it'll only do like 2 to 3 hit points of damage. It'll give him a little bit of health back, but nothing to be worried about. And there we go, there's the second bite, and that's going to knock Sun Kern out completely, and we're good to go. We'll get some money, and we grew to level 11. And yeah, that's pretty awesome. Breaking in that new Eevee. Hell yeah. I still haven't decided who I want to evolve Eevee into, because you do get a choice, and you can choose between all 5 evolutions that are available up until this point. Remember, this is Generation 3, so no Leafeon and no Glaceon, but Umbreon, Espeon, Jolteon, Flareon, and Vaporeon are all available, and you can choose any one of them. And unfortunately, unlike Coliseum, you can't get 2 because you just can't. But I haven't decided yet. Anyway, here's Jovi. Oh, Jovi gets it, big brother. You got lost, didn't you? Yes, I got lost. Hehehe, Jovi thought so. Why does everyone talk in freaking third person in this game? This is ridiculous. I'm sure if my character talked, I would talk in third person too. But our character just kind of stares at everyone, and they're like, oh, cool. I know exactly what you're thinking. So everyone can read minds in this game. Pretty cool. Fun fact for the day. Culination, you're that girl's older brother. She wanders around everywhere. Shobin finds it hard keeping an eye on her. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. We know she's annoying. She talks in third person and just runs around and has really weird hair. Yeah, so let's follow the little scientist dude inside. And let's see what we have in here. Okay, Shobin will now show you the inventions of Dr. Kumiko. Yes. I don't care about your inventions. Why does Shobin know that they're #1 worldwide? Oh, God. This guy's really annoying. And unfortunately, you just have to, like, sit and go through all of this text. You don't really learn anything of worth. Hi, Doctor. What kind of funny machine are you making this time? Jovi wants to know. Jovi is dumb. Jovi sucks. Jovi. Anyway, let Shobin acquaint you with some of the inventions and let the VCR roll. Oh my god, is this game that old? No, actually it isn't. I believe this game came out in 2005. But VCRs were still kinda sorta around that time. Like, you could still find them. Fortunately, now you have to, like... I don't even want to go into that. Let's not talk about VCRs. That makes me feel really, really old. And I completely ignored whatever invention that was. I think that was the unhealthy sandals that make your feet have chronic pain or something. Yes. A superlative invention, sir. Alright, Jovi, let's go home. You're supposed to be playing hide and seek. What the hell's wrong with you? It's a really detailed drawing of a really weird machine, which will come back to haunt us later. Huh? Are you going home already, big brother? But you just got here. Oh, I get it. Jovi has to show you the way home, right? Yes. Yes, what would we do without you, Jovi? We would be screwed. We'd be lost, and... yeah. Our life would just be in shambles. In shambles, I say. Shambles. Okay, let's move out. Why does she get a Minun? And I get an Eevee? Maybe because Minun sucks. And they have similar colored extremities. Dear Culination, you appear to have traveled far in your search for Jovi. Please come back to the HQ lab as soon as you find her. I need your help with something. Whoa. What is it? Email from the professor? He wants you to come home already? Jovi is worried about letting you go by yourself, so Jovi will go home too. Let's go right now. Yes, let's go home. Let's go. So that's the problem with our characters missing a father figure. There was no father figure to smack this girl around and smack some sense into her. Don't talk smack, smack, in, smack, smack, third person, smack. That's what I would have done. I would have said the word smack too while I was smacking her, just to be really annoying. Oh, hi mommy, we're back. Oh, Jovi, haven't I told you not to wander away by yourself? No, mommy, you don't understand. Big brother was lost, so Jovi brought him here. Yes, blame it on me, throwing me under the bus as always, you little brat. If Jovi weren't there, blah, 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 I'm skipping that. I don't even care. Oh, my. Yes, just send her on her way, please. Get rid of this little pest. Oh, my gosh, I was in the middle of hide and seek. Okay, I'll see you later. Okay, Adam's probably like asleep or dead under the table. Hopefully dead. Culination, thanks for finding Jovi for me. Oh yes, Professor Crane wanted to see you. Culination, go see him right away. And that's where we're headed, to go see Professor Crane. And I forget what you actually have to do. He's supposed to be in this room here, but he's not right now. So I forget if you have to talk to him. Hiya, Culination, I haven't seen you for a while. No, you don't have to talk to him. Okay, you have to go upstairs, and there's an old dude that you have to talk to, and then you have to come right back down the stairs, which I don't understand why they put this part in the game. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, but just go with it. He has a cool hat and a cool shirt. He's pretty awesome. The director, he went downstairs just a little while ago. You didn't bump into him? No, I did not. I didn't see him, and seeing as how, I don't know. You figured we would have bumped into each other in the elevator or something, but that's all good. Here he is. Hello, Professor Crane. Hi there, Culination. I've been waiting for you. Yes, I bet you have. I hear that a lot. Has Aiden said anything to you about the snag machine? No. The snag machine is a special device for snagging Pokemon. And now it's just about finished. Well, fantastic. That's just wonderful. I'd like to begin testing it immediately. Of course we'll help you, Professor Crane. We love you. We're like best buddies. BFFs. Forever. Yeah, 2 forevers. I should tell you, the snag machine is an outrageous piece of work. It's used for snagging Pokemon from trainers, so you basically steal them. You become a Pokemon thief. And he's going to explain a little bit about shadow Pokemon that are turned into fighting machines by evil criminals, and the point of the snag machine is to take them back from those trainers and then purify them, and and by purify they mean purify their hearts so that they can be happy and free once more. Yes, quite a fairy tale. But anyway, we're going to be testing out the snag machine in the next episode and catching our first shadow Pokemon, as well as moving on to Gadian Port. And we have all kinds of stuff to do. We're going to have to run an errand and pick up some parts. And some exploring, all that good stuff. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you loved the introduction to Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. And stay tuned for episode 2. Game on!